9 ways on how to stop masturbating. Overcoming the habit of masturbation often involves addressing physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of your life. Here's a comprehensive guide to help you. 1. Understand your triggers. Understanding your triggers is a critical first step in breaking the habit of masturbation. It involves identifying the factors that lead to the behavior so you can address them directly. Here's how to approach this step. Steps to identify your triggers. Reflect on patterns. Consider the times, places, and circumstances in which you feel the urge. Are you alone? Stressed? Bored? Feeling emotional? Tired? Keep a journal. Write down when and where you experience urges. Note the emotions, thoughts, and external factors present at the time, e.g., I felt lonely after scrolling through social media at night. Identify emotional triggers. Common emotions like loneliness, stress, sadness, or anxiety can lead to the behavior. Reflect on how you cope with negative emotions and if masturbation is used as an escape or comfort. Evaluate environmental triggers. Certain settings or stimuli, like being in your bedroom, seeing suggestive content online, or having too much free time, can lead to temptation. Consider if unfiltered access to the internet, lack of structure, or isolation contributes to the habit. Recognize physical triggers. Hormonal changes or biological factors can influence urges. Notice if certain times of the day, e.g., mornings or late nights, correlate with stronger impulses. Strategies to address triggers. Modify your environment. Avoid places or situations where you're more likely to feel tempted. Keep devices out of private spaces or use filters to block explicit content. Manage emotional triggers. Develop healthier coping mechanisms, such as talking to a friend, journaling, or exercising. Practice mindfulness to handle stress or anxiety without turning to masturbation. Structure your time. Fill your schedule with productive and engaging activities. Plan your day to avoid long stretches of unstructured time. Address physical needs. Exercise regularly to manage energy levels and stress. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule to reduce nighttime temptations. Number 2 is setting clear goals is essential for creating a sense of direction and purpose as you work to stop masturbating. Goals provide motivation, structure, and a way to measure progress. Here's how to set and maintain them effectively. Steps to set clear goals. 1. Define your why. Ask yourself why you want to stop. Common reasons include spiritual growth, e.g., aligning with your faith or values, personal discipline and self-control, improved mental and physical health, enhanced relationships or intimacy. Write these reasons down to remind yourself of your motivation. 2. Set specific goals. Avoid vague objectives like, I want to stop. Instead, set measurable and actionable goals. Short-term goal. I will go 1 week without masturbating. Long-term goal. I will replace this habit with healthier activities by specific date. 3. Make your goals realistic. Don't aim for perfection right away. If you're currently struggling daily, aim to reduce the frequency first. Acknowledge that progress, not perfection, is the goal. 4. Use positive framing. Instead of focusing on not masturbating, focus on what you'll do instead. I will channel my energy into exercise, prayer, or creative work. I will spend time building meaningful connections with friends or family. 5. Break goals into smaller steps. Focus on 1 day at a time. Today, I will choose discipline. Gradually increase milestones. First aim for a week, then 2 weeks, and so on. 6. Plan for challenges. Write down potential obstacles, e.g., stress, loneliness, and how you'll handle them. Have a backup plan for moments of temptation, such as calling a friend, taking a walk, or praying. 7. Track your progress. Use a habit tracker or journal to log your achievements. Celebrate milestones, no matter how small, to stay motivated. Examples of goals. Spiritual. I will pray every morning for strength to overcome temptation and read 1 Bible verse related to self-control. Physical. I will exercise for 30 minutes whenever I feel an urge. Mental. I will replace idle time with reading, hobbies, or learning a new skill. Tips to maintain motivation. Post your goals somewhere visible, like your phone wallpaper or desk. Create a reward system for achieving milestones, e.g., treating yourself to a non-triggering activity you enjoy. Remember, slip-ups don't mean failure. Refocus and continue. Number 3 is creating a structured routine is essential for overcoming the habit of masturbation. A consistent schedule helps you stay busy, reduces idle time, and provides positive alternatives to unhealthy habits. Here's how to build and stick to a routine that supports your goals. Steps to create a structured routine. 1. Start your day with intention. Morning routine. Wake up at the same time daily. Begin with prayer, meditation, or journaling to set a positive tone. Include physical activity, e.g., stretching, running, to energize your body and mind. 2. Plan productive activities. Fill your day with meaningful tasks to minimize free, unstructured time. Work or study efficiently with scheduled breaks. Dedicate time to hobbies, creative projects, or volunteering. Learn a new skill or take up a challenging activity to engage your focus. 3. Incorporate healthy coping mechanisms. Replace the urge to masturbate with healthier alternatives. Exercise. Go for a walk, run, or hit the gym when tempted. Socialize. Call a friend, attend a group activity, or connect with loved ones. Relax. Use stress-reducing practices like deep breathing, yoga, or reading. 4. Design your evening routine. End the day with calming, non-stimulating activities. Avoid screens, especially social media or explicit content, an hour before bed. Reflect on your progress by journaling or praying. Set a bedtime and stick to it to ensure proper sleep, reducing late-night temptations. 5. Use time blocking. Divide your day into chunks for specific activities. For example, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m., morning exercise and prayer. 8 to 12 p.m., work or study. 12 to 1 p.m., lunch and relaxation. 1 to 5 p.m., productive tasks or hobbies. 5 to 6 p.m., exercise or social activity. 6 to 9 p.m., dinner, reading, or light entertainment. 9 to 10 p.m., prayer, journaling, and bedtime prep. 6. Set boundaries. Limit time alone in private spaces where you might feel tempted. Keep your phone or devices out of your bedroom at night. 7. Include spiritual practices. Dedicate time for prayer, reading scripture, or attending church activities. Focus on passages that encourage self-discipline and reliance on God, e.g., 1 Corinthians 9 verse 27, Galatians 5 verses 22 to 23. 8. Stay flexible but consistent. Be adaptable when unexpected situations arise, but try to maintain the overall structure. Consistency builds habits and reduces reliance on willpower. Sample daily routine. Time activity. 6:30 a.m. wake up, pray, and exercise. 7:30 a.m. breakfast and plan the day. 8 to 12 p.m. work, study, or productive tasks. 12 to 1 p.m. lunch and socialize or relax. 1 to 5 p.m. focus on hobbies or learning. 5 to 6 p.m. exercise or outdoor activity. 6 to 7 p.m. dinner with family or friends. 7 to 9 p.m. relaxation, reading, or Bible study. 9 to 10 p.m. prayer, journaling, and sleep prep. Tips for success. Accountability. Share your routine with a friend or mentor to stay on track. Prepare for temptations. Identify times when you're most vulnerable and plan distractions or positive activities during those periods. Review progress. Reflect weekly on how well your routine is working and make adjustments. Number 4 is avoiding triggers is a key strategy in overcoming the habit of masturbation. Triggers are external or internal cues that lead to temptation, and recognizing and minimizing their impact can help you stay disciplined. Here's how to effectively avoid triggers. Steps to identify and avoid triggers. 1. Limit exposure to sexual content. Block explicit material. Use content filters or apps like Covenant Eyes, NetNanny, or Custodio to block pornography and explicit websites. Unfollow or mute accounts on social media that share provocative content. Avoid suggestive media. Be cautious about movies, TV shows, or music with sexual themes. Replace them with uplifting and inspiring content, e.g., faith-based media, educational videos. 2. Manage your environment. Create trigger-free zones. Avoid staying in places where you've previously given in to the habit, such as your bedroom or bathroom. Rearrange or redecorate these areas to give them a fresh start and reduce temptation. Keep yourself accountable. Avoid prolonged time alone, especially in private spaces. Spend more time in shared or public areas when possible. 3. Control technology use. Establish boundaries. Set specific times for phone and computer use, especially at night. Avoid browsing the internet aimlessly or late at night when temptation is higher. Keep devices in public spaces. Charge your phone or laptop outside your bedroom. Use your devices in common areas where others can see you. 4. Address emotional triggers. Recognize emotional states. Identify when you feel stressed, lonely, bored, or anxious. Common emotional triggers for masturbation. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Practice mindfulness, journal about your emotions, or talk to a friend or mentor. Replace negative emotions with positive activities like exercise, prayer, or creative hobbies. 5. Break habits associated with triggers. Identify specific routines or habits that lead to temptation and change them. If you feel tempted before bed, replace that time with reading or listening to relaxing music. If mornings are challenging, start the day with an immediate activity like exercise or making your bed. 6. Strengthen spiritual discipline. Focus on prayer and scripture. When triggered, pray for strength and meditate on verses that encourage purity and self-control, such as Psalm 119 verse 9. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your word. 2 Timothy 2 verse 22. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness. Engage in church activities. Participate in Bible studies, volunteer opportunities, or accountability groups to stay grounded in your faith. 7. Replace triggers with positive habits. Fill your day with productive and engaging activities to minimize idle time. Take up hobbies like sports, music, cooking, or learning a new skill. Spend time outdoors to refresh your mind and body. Practical tips to avoid triggers. Set a sleep routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time daily to avoid late-night temptations. Avoid staying in bed after waking up if that's a trigger. Dress modestly at home. Change into comfortable, modest clothing to reduce bodily awareness. Keep accountability tools. Use apps that send alerts to an accountability partner if you visit certain sites. Replace negative thoughts. When tempted, immediately shift your focus by reciting a scripture, counting to 100, or going for a walk. When triggers are unavoidable, recognize that not all triggers can be eliminated, e.g., hormonal urges, societal exposure. In these cases, practice self-awareness and discipline. Use grounding techniques like deep breathing or engaging in an activity to redirect your focus. Number 5 is building a support system is essential for overcoming the habit of masturbation. It provides accountability, encouragement, and shared wisdom from others who understand your struggles. Here's how to develop and maintain an effective support system. Steps to build a strong support system. 1. Identify trusted people. Friends or family. Choose individuals you trust to be understanding, non-judgmental, and supportive. Look for people with similar values or who have overcome similar challenges. Mentors or spiritual leaders. Reach out to a pastor, youth leader, or mentor in your faith community who can provide spiritual guidance. Support groups. Join groups focused on overcoming addiction, such as NoFap, Reboot Nation, or Celebrate Recovery. Look for local church or community-based accountability groups. 2. Share your goals. Be honest about your struggle and explain why you want to change. Share your goals and the steps you're taking so they understand how to best support you. 3. Create accountability. Accountability partners. Ask a trusted person to check in regularly with you about your progress. Agree on a schedule for updates, e.g., daily or weekly. Technology tools. Use apps like Covenant Eyes, Ever Accountable, or Fortify to track online activity and send reports to your accountability partner. 4. Communicate regularly. Stay in touch with your support system to share updates, challenges, and victories. Be open about setbacks so they can offer encouragement and guidance. 5. Lean on your faith community. Prayer support. Ask for prayer from trusted individuals or a prayer group. Pray together regularly for strength, discipline, and spiritual growth. Bible studies. Join a group that focuses on topics like self-discipline, purity, or overcoming temptation. Church activities. Get involved in ministries or service projects to stay engaged and connected. Qualities of an effective support system. Non-judgmental. They offer empathy and understanding without condemnation. Encouraging. They celebrate your progress and remind you of your goals during setbacks. Accountable. They check in regularly and hold you responsible for your actions. Faith-based. If applicable, they provide spiritual guidance and help you stay connected to your faith. Benefits of a support system. Reduces feelings of isolation or shame. Provides motivation and perspective during difficult times. Helps you develop healthier habits and thought patterns. What to do if you feel hesitant. Remember that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Start small by confiding in one trusted person before expanding your support network. Pray for courage and discernment in choosing the right people to support you. Number 6 is cultivating self-control is vital for overcoming the habit of masturbation. Self-control is a skill that can be developed over time through intentional practices, mindset shifts, and reliance on spiritual and practical strategies. Here's how to strengthen your self-control. Steps to cultivate self-control. 1. Develop self-awareness. Understand your triggers. Identify specific situations, emotions, or thoughts that lead to temptation. Monitor patterns. Keep a journal to track your progress and pinpoint areas where you struggle the most. 2. Build your willpower gradually. Start with small, achievable goals, e.g., resisting for a day or a week, and increase over time. Celebrate small victories to reinforce positive behavior and build confidence. 3. Replace negative habits with positive ones. Redirect your energy to constructive activities when temptation arises. Physical activities, exercise or go for a walk. Creative outlets, draw, write, or play music. Productive tasks, clean, organize, or work on a personal project. Engage in hobbies or passions that keep your mind focused and fulfilled. 4. Practice mindfulness and mental discipline. Mindfulness. Acknowledge your urges without acting on them. Use techniques like deep breathing or meditation to calm your mind. Mental strategies. Distract yourself immediately by engaging in another activity. Use the 5-second rule. When tempted, count backward from 5 and take immediate action to shift your focus. 5. Strengthen your spiritual life. Prayer. Ask for strength and guidance in moments of weakness. Develop a habit of daily prayer to stay connected to God. Scripture. Memorize and meditate on verses that emphasize self-control, such as 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Galatians 5 verses 22 to 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, self-control, fasting. Practice fasting as a way to train your body and mind to submit to spiritual discipline. 6. Set boundaries and safeguards. Avoid environments or activities that trigger temptation. Use tools like internet filters and accountability apps to limit access to explicit content. Develop a bedtime routine to avoid late-night temptations. 7. Stay consistent. Practice self-discipline daily, even in small ways, e.g., sticking to a schedule, saying no to unhealthy habits. Consistency builds momentum and reduces reliance on willpower alone. 8. Learn from setbacks. Don't let a slip-up discourage you. Instead, reflect on what led to the moment of weakness. Identify what you can do differently next time. Recommit to your goals with renewed determination. Practical strategies for immediate use. Use physical distractions. Take a cold shower or engage in an intense workout when urges arise. Change your environment. Move to a public space or a different room to break the cycle of temptation. Keep your hands busy. Use fidget toys, knit, or write to redirect physical energy. Long-term benefits of self-control. Improved mental clarity and focus. Enhanced spiritual growth and alignment with your values. Greater confidence and self-esteem as you achieve your goals. Number 7 is strengthening your spiritual life is a powerful way to overcome the habit of masturbation. It helps you focus on higher values, draw strength from your faith, and replace unhealthy habits with spiritual growth. Here's how to deepen your relationship with God and cultivate spiritual strength. Steps to strengthen your spiritual life. 1. Commit to daily prayer. Start and end your day with prayer. Ask God for guidance, strength, and forgiveness. Pray specifically about overcoming temptation and seek His help to grow in self-control. Use short prayers throughout the day when you feel tempted, such as, "Lord, give me the strength to choose purity and honor you today." 2. Read and meditate on Scripture. Focus on Bible passages that encourage self-control, purity, and reliance on God. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. Psalm 119 verses 9 to 11. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your word. Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength. Reflect on these verses daily and memorize key scriptures to recite when you feel tempted. 3. Worship regularly. Attend church services or online worship consistently. Join a Bible study or small group for accountability and fellowship. Engage in personal worship by singing hymns, listening to worship music, or journaling your gratitude to God. 4. Fast and pray. Use fasting as a spiritual discipline to grow in reliance on God and train your body to submit to your spirit. Dedicate specific times to fasting and prayer focused on overcoming temptation and seeking God's will. 5. Surround yourself with faithful community. Join a church group or accountability partner program where you can share your struggles and victories in a safe, supportive environment. Encourage each other with prayer, scripture, and testimonies of God's faithfulness. 6. Practice gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal to thank God for your progress, blessings, and His faithfulness. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what God has provided, helping you combat feelings of shame or inadequacy. 7. Replace the habit with spiritual practices. Whenever tempted, replace the urge with prayer. Spend 5 to 10 minutes talking to God. Bible study. Read or meditate on a favorite scripture. Service. Engage in acts of kindness or volunteering to shift focus outward. 8. Stay accountable spiritually. Share your spiritual journey with a trusted mentor, pastor, or accountability partner. Confess struggles openly to God and, when appropriate, to someone in your faith community who can pray for and guide you. Tips for long-term growth. Stay humble. Acknowledge that overcoming temptation requires God's help and is a process of growth. Renew your mind. Focus on what is good, pure, and pleasing to God. Philippians 4 verse 8. Celebrate spiritual victories. Thank God for progress and seek His strength to continue. Number 8 is being patient and persistent is essential in overcoming the habit of masturbation. Breaking a habit takes time and effort, and setbacks are part of the process. Patience helps you stay grounded, while persistence ensures you continue moving forward even when it's challenging. Here's how to cultivate these qualities. Steps to practice patience and persistence. 1. Accept that change takes time. Understand that breaking a habit is a gradual process. Habits formed over years will not disappear overnight. Focus on progress rather than perfection. Celebrate small victories, such as going a day or a week without giving in to temptation. 2. Reframe setbacks as opportunities to learn. If you experience a slip-up, avoid self-condemnation. Instead, seek forgiveness from God. 1 John 1 verse 9. Reflect on what triggered the lapse and make a plan to handle similar situations differently. Use setbacks to identify areas for growth and reinforce your commitment to change. 3. Stay consistent with your efforts. Develop daily habits that align with your goals, such as prayer, scripture reading, and accountability check-ins. Even when you don't feel motivated, act according to your commitment, not your emotions. 4. Focus on the long-term goal. Keep the bigger picture in mind. Spiritual purity, Matthew 5 verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Strengthen character and self-control. Galatians 5 verses 22 to 23. A closer relationship with God and alignment with His will. Remind yourself why you started this journey and how far you've come. 5. Develop a growth mindset. Believe that change is possible with effort and God's help. Philippians 1 verse 6. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. View challenges as opportunities to grow in faith, discipline, and reliance on God. 6. Stay encouraged. Surround yourself with uplifting people who remind you of God's grace and your progress. Meditate on scriptures that inspire hope and perseverance. James 1 verse 12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life. Isaiah 40 verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. 7. Celebrate progress, not just perfection. Acknowledge each step you take, no matter how small. Reward yourself with positive, healthy activities when you reach milestones. 8. Lean on God's strength. Pray for patience and persistence daily, asking God to guide and strengthen you. Trust that God is working in you, even if progress feels slow. Romans 8 verse 28. Practical strategies. Visualize success. Imagine how you'll feel when you've overcome the habit, closer to God, more confident, and in control of your actions. Keep a journal. Record your journey, noting struggles and successes. Reviewing it will remind you of your progress and God's faithfulness. Create reminders. Write down motivational scriptures or quotes and place them where you'll see them daily. Encouragement. Remember, persistence doesn't mean never falling. It means rising every time you fall. Faith perspective. God is patient with you, so be patient with yourself. Trust that His grace is sufficient. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9. Number 9 is seeking professional help can be a critical step in overcoming the habit of masturbation, especially if it has become compulsive or significantly impacts your daily life, relationships, or mental health. Professionals can provide guidance, tools, and therapy tailored to your specific needs. Here's how and when to seek help. When to seek professional help. When it feels uncontrollable. If the habit persists despite your efforts and causes significant distress. When it affects your life. If it interferes with your work, relationships, or spiritual life. When you feel isolated. If feelings of shame, guilt, or loneliness overwhelm you, and you need someone impartial to talk to. If there are underlying issues, struggles with trauma, anxiety, depression, or other mental health concerns that may contribute to the habit. Steps to seek professional help. 1. Consult a therapist or counselor. Find a qualified professional. Look for a therapist specializing in addiction, behavioral habits, or sexual health. Choose a professional who aligns with your faith and values, if that's important to you. Types of therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, helps identify and change patterns of thought that lead to the behavior. Dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, focuses on emotional regulation and coping skills. Trauma therapy addresses unresolved trauma contributing to unhealthy behaviors. 2. Seek faith-based counseling. Many churches or faith organizations offer counseling services grounded in biblical principles. Speak with a pastor or spiritual mentor to find a recommended Christian counselor. 3. Join a support group. Faith-based groups. Look for programs like Celebrate Recovery or Reboot Nation, which focus on addiction recovery through faith and community support. General support groups. Online communities such as NoFap or 12-step programs for sexual addiction can provide peer encouragement and accountability. 4. Consider medical consultation. Speak with a doctor if your behavior is linked to physical issues, such as hormonal imbalances. A healthcare professional can guide you on whether medication or other interventions might help. Benefits of professional help. Expert guidance. Gain insights and strategies that are personalized to your situation. Accountability. A professional provides a safe space to discuss progress and setbacks. Emotional support. Address underlying emotions like shame, guilt, or anxiety in a non-judgmental environment. Long-term solutions. Build skills and resilience to maintain your progress. How to start the process. Research options. Search online for therapists or counselors in your area. Ask for referrals. Seek recommendations from your church, friends, or family. Check credentials. Ensure the professional is licensed and experienced in the areas you need support. Book an appointment. Take the first step by scheduling a session, even if it feels intimidating. Encouragement. Seeking professional help is not a sign of failure, but a courageous step toward freedom and growth. Proverbs 11 verse 14 reminds us, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety."